Hello and welcome to Travel Beans. I'm Emma, behind the camera is Alex, and today is the first time for us travelling since COVID, and we are wild camping in Sussex. After many months spent at home during the COVID lockdown, we're finally back on the road. In this series, we will be travelling on our rented camper van around the UK and Europe for the first time since the pandemic started. Be sure to hit subscribe to follow this journey all the way to the place we got engaged 5 years ago and to see what we get up to along the way.
Today we are just about to leave on our road trip. Emma, turn on the keys to symbolise that we are ready and about to go.
Okay, it wasn't that loud.
Doesn't matter. We can add on a bit of We are now going to make our way to try and do some wild camping at Beachy Head, one of the most beautiful spots in the UK.
Last night we came to my father's house, which is in Sussex, and I hadn't seen him for about 5 months because of the whole COVID lockdown, so it was really nice to see him, and we really wanted to do that before setting off on this trip. So now we are only about an hour away from Beachy Head, and it should be quite a scenic route to get there as well.
We are not that experienced in finding wild camping spots in the UK, so wish us luck, guys. This is what we always feared with big cars and English roads.
Tiny little roads. Oh!
How is driving the bigger car in England?
Not great. Oh shit. Oh no.
Pull up to the left. Nice parking. This is like literally my worst nightmare.
I'm so
living out
glad
right
I'm
now.
driving and not you.
Like, I'm so stressed for you. Oh,
I'm actually alright. That was
look at these houses.
That's a pub.
Well, that would be a nice house.
We've just pulled over to sort of decompress from the stress of that narrow little British village. And actually the views here are astonishing. We have, I didn't even know we had blue ocean in England. I thought it was always brown, but all the way across, all the way around, you can see ocean, rolling hills, little villages, cows and sheep dotted around. This is very idyllic, isn't it?
I just want to put in a little caveat here for those of you that are literally just about to type. Of course we have blue England water. Like, Emma, you have seen blue English water many times.
But in like Cornwall. I grew up in Sussex. I've been to the beach many times, and my memory is always like cold, brown water.
Well, there you go. I tried my best to help you. Every time I've ever come to the southeast, the sea's always blue, and it always amazes me because where I'm from, it is very brown. I try my best, but guys, go to town on her. She's wrong. Tell her how wrong she is. Looking for a spot for wild camping. Emma, if you turn down this right here.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Hoping to find a spot just in the woods here.
Geek. This would be a lovely place to park up
and then start this trip.
Yeah, either we could do a little walk tonight or tomorrow morning.
There's a spot here, like this little bit. You could try.
Where?
Like this little lay-by here.
That's a proper angle though. I don't think that would be very comfortable.
Okay, let's see if there's any more.
Yeah, they've nabbed the good ones.
Get out! Is this our new home? What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking, I don't like being literally on the side of the road. However, this does feel like a really quiet countryside road, so I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of traffic along here in the middle of the night.
I want to tell you about my new favourite thing. I'm sure for a lot of people that live in vans, they know about this app, but I've only recently discovered it. That's really West Country, discovered it. So I've only just recently discovered this app. It's called Park for Night, and it is just the best app that ever exists for sleeping in your car. Basically, they have loads and loads of different spots. So you look where you're going, like the area, you do a little search, and then it pops up with different things, so like wild camping spots, places that you can pay, also just like car parking spaces that you could actually sleep in and get away with it. So we're using this basically for this whole trip around Europe. This was a bit of a bane of our lives when we were in America, and we ended up sleeping in Walmart a lot of the time. This time I want to risk it a bit more and try and get some nice places. So the fact that we're now in nature, we're actually a pretty close walk to Beachy Head or to the Seven Sisters. I always get confused what it is.
They're all pretty white cliffs, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same thing. Basically, beautiful white cliffs are within walking distance from here. So either we'll go there tonight or tomorrow morning. Oh, this is literally perfect. How good does this feel right now?
I feel so free.
Oh, I have missed this so much.
We've got beer, we've got our 10p reduced loaf of bread. We're ready to go.
Which way?
I don't know. Don't go on a walk in Dungarees if you might need a wee, because it's really awkward.
This little area here is called Seven Sisters Country Park, and it appears to be some nice walks down to the beach, which I think is where you can get an iconic view. I'm really excited because I've recently, and this is my first time I'm going to be flying this, a new drone. I've had a drone for a few years and I never ever fly it because there's too many regulations. I get too scared basically. This one they've built with all that in mind, and you can kind of fly it anywhere. And so
it's not actually classed as a drone as such,
no,
is it?
it's
like
classed as a toy instead.
Yeah, it's like 1 gram under the weight restriction requirement, I think.
Yeah.
Well done, Mavic.
Okay, I think it's time. Flight number 1.
Whoop whoop.
Is it going up?
I hope so.
Hold and fly.
Just pick up the phone and call me. I'll be there. Girl, let me show you. You're my one and only, like I told you. I'll be there.
We tried to have a picnic by the Seven Sisters, which are these huge chalk cliffs, and really the scale of them, like the camera will not do it justice.
It's
you have to see it to believe it.
Outrageous.
But as we parked up to have a picnic and crack open an English beer, and on this series we want to try a few beers from the different countries we go to, so we'll start with an English one. And it's too windy. It is too windy there. It's not enjoyable for us. We'd just be lying.
It was so cold.
So we've moved a little bit around the corner and we found another lovely spot here. This seems like a great spot to watch sunset.
It's gorgeous, and I feel like it must be some kind of nature reserve because there's birds everywhere.
There's a few birds, but it's just birds. Who cares about birds?
You care about birds.
But right now it's not what I care about. What I want to show you is, so we've got a picnic and decided to go quite English here.
And quite basic.
Oh, very, very basic. But, okay, stick of cheap bread. But this is what I want to ask you about, because it's not interesting if I just eat a ham sandwich, wafer thin ham, or a cheese sandwich. What I've gone for is a sandwich mix that we have, the sandwich spread. And this is like for super lazy people. I don't usually buy this, but I thought I kind of want to ask you, does anyone else have this? I've never seen this outside the UK. It really isn't interesting. Turn off. This isn't interesting.
I feel like this is something that you would get in the States, though, because they're all about convenience, and this is super convenient.
Yes, okay. Americans that I haven't offended so much that you wanted to stay and watch. Is this something that you guys have? This has got the States written all over it, but I've gone for chicken and bacon. I mean, it's really, you don't need to see me eat it, I guess, but if you want to see, just skip about 20 seconds. Is it a finger job?
No.
But I want to use my finger. It's a spoon job. And so what we do in England is we just spoon it in gently, and we push it in there. And we just
average.
We just
so
spoon
average.
it in. Well, England is famous for its good food. So I don't know what you're expecting. But you just shove it in your sandwich and your baguette, whatever it is you want to shove it in. But make sure you shove. And then carrying on.
So big.
And then carrying on with the shoving theme, you just, well, I don't know what you expect from me. No, I review average food because I love average food. It's great. It's perfect. Honestly. I'm not saying you should try it if you come to England, but because it is what it is. It's just a filler for sandwich if you're lazy. Oh, I do like it there. Oh. As the sun is now setting on our first post-COVID travels, well, that implies that COVID's over.
Yeah, it's definitely not over, but it feels good. It feels really good.
Like, we were definitely apprehensive and pretty worried about what it's going to be like in this new world, and it's been great.
It has been great.
Like, I can't explain how good it is to do something that we've loved and not been able to do for this long.
The only time I haven't been 100% happy is whenever, like, you go into shops and they're too busy or too crowded and you feel a bit uncomfortable. But other than that, it's been great.
But being in nature, like,
and this is beautiful, this area. Like, those cliffs, my goodness.
so far, like, we might change our mind after a few days, but right now I'm going to say, if you want to travel, go and do it. don't worry about anything. Just go and do it. Don't even think about the logistics, the safety. If you're a vulnerable person that's 90 years old watching this with the breathing conditions, like, just do it.
I hope you know he's being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I really hope people know this.
Yeah. If Trump can tell people to drink bleach, I think I'm good.
Well.
From the suing.
I think for now, though, we're going to say goodbye to you. We're going to have a lovely picnic and enjoy the last bit of sunset there is and another one or two little cheeky beers. And then we'll turn in for the night, I think.
And then we'll catch up with you in the morning.
Oh my God, there's like 5 of them!
Relaxing?
No! Let's get out of here, please!
We're not wanted here. We're definitely not wanted here. I promise you as well, this reaction is very real and off camera. Is freaking out.
What were they?
Like June bugs or something?
Oh God, they're horrible. There was like 8 of them swarming around my face.
Yeah, you had a few on you. I didn't tell you, but you had a few on you.
Oh my God. After escaping the gigantic flying bugs from hell, we made our way back to the van where we spent our first night away since lockdown.
Good morning. I am so happy to report that we're still here, safe, well rested.
Yep. It was a success. Our first night in the camper van was a full-on success.
I don't think anybody came past in the night. There was
No.
nothing to worry about.
Nobody.
But this was all in all perfect spot.
Yeah, super quiet, really close to that walk that we did last night, so we were able to like go and actually do something from here, and nobody bothered us. What more could you possibly want from a camping site?
This is making us so excited for what's to come. Like, we finally did it. We got to stay away from home for a night.
I know. This is the first time in 5 months that we've stayed away from home. I don't think words can really describe how happy I am right now.
We are now heading off to mainland Europe, so hit subscribe, hit like, also leave us a comment.
Yes, tell us about your wild camping experiences. Have you ever done it before? Would you ever do it? Does the thought of it absolutely horrify you? And if you have done it, tell us your best experiences.
And nothing left to say, but I'm very happy. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beans out!
Next time on Travel Beans.
We are officially in Belgium!
After no countries other than the UK in 2020, we've now been to 3 in the same day.